Greetings. This is the Get To Free Press. I'm George Boston Rhines, and I'm in a place called KINGSLEY, Georgia. And this is the location where Tony, the young man that we've heard so much about, Tony Green, was shot dead by a member of law enforcement. And when I think about it, and you think about what he had in his record, I guess this is what they call the best qualified individual for that job. The question is, how many other police officers put in applications for this job but didn't get it because somebody in city government said he was the best qualified? Now, to get right to the point, last night at the meeting at Pastor Knight Church, I met this young lady here, and I'm asking you, I'm going to ask her to tell her experience just a little bit about what happened to you. You stated it so well last night, and I got it on tape. But I wanted you to stand here, and I want you all to think about what happened to her, what happened to him, and I got another lady that's supposed to come forward and talk about what happened to her. And so we are going to paint the picture that something is wrong here. Something is wrong. What's your name?
Romania Roberts.
Romania Roberts. Tell us your story, my beautiful sister.
Well, about a year ago, Easter, one of the officers, my son got into a car accident, and I went to the scene to speak as his mother because he's 14, and I asked the officer, could I stand there? He told me no. I asked him again and told him I had the legal right. He told me no, ma'am, back up, and proceeded to twist my arm and slam in the ground in front of the community and put his knee in my back. At that point, I was never arrested, I was never detained, I was never handcuffed, I didn't receive any charges, I didn't receive any citations. And the very next day, the chief of police called me and offered me an apology. At the same time, when he suspended this officer, the officer went and took a warrant out on me. For what the arrest was, I don't know, but the chief suppressed it. However, I ended up going through a situation with them, which made me end my battle with them due to the fact that I have children and the harassment that we deal with in the streets every day around here. And as far as that goes, I have another situation with my son that happened about 2 months before this even happened with punch with the same officer. He got a call of a suspect jumping out of a car. He tracked my...
When you say same officer, what do you mean same officer?
The officer that killed Tony Green, Punch.
Zechariah
Presley.
The same officer?
Same officer who killed Punch. Okay. Had my son, that's 17 years old, down the street, detained at my house, saying that he was a suspect that ran 3 blocks from that jumped out of a vehicle. And he didn't. Because my son was all the way dry, he didn't fit the description of a suspect. He wasn't wet, he wasn't sweating. He had on white socks, black slides, and he had on baggy jogging pants and a white shirt. That made him fit the description. When the officer first came to the scene, he asked my son who he was, and he told him. He didn't release my son to walk home from across the street. When my son walked home, he got a description over his radio, and he came back to my son. Asked my son for his ID, my son told him no. Then he asked that he come in my house. At that moment, he handcuffed my son. Handcuffed my son in front of my door. I came. He proceeded to put my son in the back of the police car, take him all the way 3 blocks down where he was supposed to run from, out of the car, to be identified by the people that were outside. You understand? Mm-hmm. Then they had the police dog go walk around my son and all that. Never fit. Nobody apologized. Nobody said Ms. Roberts was sorry. This was a mistaken identity, anything. But it was clear that my son only fit the description of a black male, because that's all he was black with a white shirt on. Because I don't care if you run in the snow, you're going to sweat. And I don't about nothing. He was standing there just as clean as I am right now, not a drop of water on him. And I told the county police, I said, y'all know this is not a fit the description, but at the same time this happened, they still never apologized, still to this day. Still to this day. And when that situation happened to me, our city of Kingsley mayor stood and watched this happen to me. He watched it happen to me. He is yet to apologize to me. And he's yet to apologize to this family as well for the situation they have been going through. You know, and I just feel some type of way, and I feel something wrong with that. You the mayor of our community. Why we vote you in? You ain't doing anything to help us.
Okay, now, I found out last night that he's a black man.
He lives three streets down from me.
And he has not said nothing to the family, and he has not made any public decision on anything.
He didn't apologize to me. He didn't apologize to me or those people. He didn't apologize to me. Even after the scene, I was on the ground. I passed out because my pressure was so high. The ambulance had to come back and get me. He still didn't even apologize. Still to this day, he lived down the street from me. That man lived 2 houses down from my grandma, raised her children at. Nothing. It's not like he don't know me, and I'm not prejudiced. I'm not mad because he went to see about the white people that were in the accident. I feel some type of way that he didn't come see about everybody. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even if my son was wrong, we still deserve an apology. We still deserve to be seen about. You ain't even see about us, and you still have it. You still have it.
What was the mayor's name?
Kenneth Smith.
Kenneth Smith. We don't hear much about him. I got online. I don't see many pictures of him. But now I'm covering 25, 30 cities, and a lot of people saying that we have Uncle Toms and Aunt Janes in our communities, which is black and white. I mean, black and black men and black women who cannot see the plight of black people once they get elected.
Once they get a position, that's all they work for who they work for. They no longer work for us. Mm-hmm. We elect them, we get them in city council, they come to us, they want us to do all the voting, but when they get in there, we null and void to them. We don't mean anything to them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now they go for who they're working with, and that's how it's supposed to work. You here to work for us. This is our community, not the police officers. They don't care nothing about us. They're doing a job. You know what I'm saying? If you get a job as a city council, it should be a passion that you have, not just a paycheck. Mm-hmm. Not when you're in your own community.
How long
move here?
Yeah, how long you been here in Kingsley?
38 years and 19 days.
Okay, 19. Okay, another question. I want to ask you this question here. How do you feel about the city of Kingsland? How do you think it's run, and what do you, just give me a short synopsis.
I think that it's absolutely terrible as far as for kids. I mean, it's a nice, the Canton County period is a very nice place to live, but it's nothing for children. This is I feel like it's designed to set children up to be criminals. That's all they want to do, because you don't have anything else interesting going on for them. You don't have a Boys and Girls Club. You got a wreck that's 5 miles away. How they gonna get there? We got no city transportation. You know, we have single parents around here. No one seems to care about children, you know what I'm saying, anymore. It's all about them and their paychecks. You know, you the city council, something could be done. Something could be done for these children. I have teenagers all the way down to a 9-year-old. Something can be done. Nothing is being done. You know, and when that man, Presley, had that encounter with my son, I took it as a warning before destruction. This is his destruction. That was his warning that day. Because what he did to my son, he knew was wrong. He still, as a man, didn't even apologize. The city of Kingston, the K.P.D, anybody. The mayor, nobody came and apologized. They swept it under the rug because I swept it under the rug because I didn't want to stand by myself. But now that I got a community, we'll fight together because it wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? We deserve justice, and my son deserves justice to this day for that. You know, you don't know what that makes him feel like, you know what I'm saying, being handcuffed in front of his peers for nothing, that's something that he didn't do.
How old is he now?
He's 17. He'll be 18 in less than a month.
And let me close by saying this here. To the people who watch this video, I want you all to know that this is one lady who got enough courage. She spoke last night, and she said she's willing to speak this morning. She's supposed to be at work. I'm going to release her so she can rush on to work. But she took this out of her schedule because she felt that this needs to be put out. And I don't mean to criticize no local news media or nothing like that, but I'm not going to soundbite this. I don't soundbite it, I don't twist it, and I don't tape it. What you heard is what you get. And this, give your name again.
Romania Roberts.
Romania Roberts. Are you on Facebook?
No, I deleted it.
You deleted it, you know? you got smart, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, and peace be unto you.
Thank you, sir.
Right.